What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having a good day out there. Today I wanted to go over the 5 hot characters in this game for me at the moment that I think are ones that you guys should also look into to get for yourselves up with gear levels and whatnot. Some Zetas maybe. Today's video was really just about characters and ships. I'll do another video about some of the hot Zetas and stuff I guess we'll go over in other videos. But today's just solely about characters, and there is one ship in this lineup that I think that you guys should definitely get if you guys want to up your GAC, your TW, or just your arena game in general to get yourself a lot better roster and make it a lot harder for your opponents to deal with. So first things first, I want to go over one hot character that I think that is a very, very nice one to have in a lot of different situations, and this one is Imperial Probe Droid. I've had this guy on my list before. This is my second time doing this video. And I'm not sure what I'll title this, maybe like for July or something. I want to keep on this series. I think it's a fun series. But this is one I brought up on my last one, I think. And there isn't really, you don't need a Zeta on this guy to make him really, to have him work really well. Although it does add a very, very nice bonus with being able to not get any buffs while they're target locked. That's pretty awesome. But just the dispel itself and the fact that he gains so much extra turn meter rather, when it's an Empire ally's turn, or the Rebel ally's turn, or a Rebel enemy's turn as well. You get so much TM here that you can just really, really cycle back to your turns really quickly. And the way I'm going to think of how you would use him, and how I use him personally, you guys can adapt to it as well if you would like. I use him in Vader counters. I use him to kill Rays with a Vader, of course. I use him to kill Grievouses with my EP counter. And I also use him to kill Padmes. So many uses out of this character. This one character might not seem like the best character, but when it comes to utility and what he can actually offer for your team in all these different counters, it is so, so great. And he's been very, very underlooked a very, very long time. And I'm not too sure why he is. He's always been pretty solid. I'm not too sure, honestly, why he has been overlooked. But the Zeta does really help out, and I would say if you were to go and use him to like all those different counters, I would probably toss it on him. But if you don't want to, he still gets the job done pretty dang well. So this guy is definitely really well. He's definitely good on this list. He's gear 12 for me, and the stats you can see here, he gets a little bit more speed, you get more protection, stuff like that. But he's really just there for the dispel, and he can apply some exposes, and he can self-destruct if you get him lower than half health, or lower than 100% health. So great, great character. We're going to start off with a bang with IPD. The next guy I want to talk about here on this list is going to be Sith Trooper. Where is he at? There he is. So, guys, if you did not read the news about the game, they changed the Kylo team. Or not really the Kylo team, but more or less just the Kylo's AI and who he prioritizes and how he kind of plays around his AoEs, and he uses them now, actually. He actually does use them, which is kind of crazy, right? But this guy is going to be very, very helpful in not just your Kylo team, your Supreme Leader Kylo team on defense, but also this guy can get some major, major work done in, like, as you can see here, a First Order or a Sith team. This guy actually with Vader and Palpatine can 3v5 Grievouses. If you guys want me to do that video, you guys gotta let me know down below, because I think that's a fun video to show off. But he's only good. He's not only good in that counter, but he's great in stopping counters. For example, the cheese that we had recently with the 5s. That's not going to happen anymore, so you can't really rely on that team anymore to counter that. And also, this can actually be a pretty annoying guy to deal with. While I personally use my Luke counter with a Jedi to counter Kylo, this guy is always very annoying. But other uses, like on offense, you can use him in the Trey team with Trey lead, Sion, Nihilus, maybe toss him in as a 4th or 5th. You can use him like for some First Order on defense. Maybe you don't have a Kylo, like I don't have a Kylo myself, and I use Kylo Ren on Masked Leadership, and I toss him in there. Very, very strong character in that team as well. The Zeta here is awesome. If you guys don't have it, I would probably recommend it. But you don't need him to have the Zeta until he's like really good. He's still pretty good as well without Zeta. But with this one, it really adds a huge, huge thing to his character and his kit. And I think it's really, really worthwhile, similar to IPD. So that's the second guy on this list. And I'm going to go after my third one, and I'm going to swap things up a little bit. I think I'm going to go after a Hermit Yoda. He's all the way up here at the top, but the reason I want to bring him up on this list is because, so a lot of people just got Luke, right? Maybe not actually a lot. I think it was like 3,000 to 4,000 people. But I'm going to talk about Luke. I'm going to talk about him without Luke, because I think regardless of your uses with Hermit Yoda, he is very, very, very strong and solid everywhere you want to use him. So let's talk about Luke first. Luke is a great character. He's not going to be on this list because He's just kind of behind a big paywall as of right now, and not many people have him, right? And actually, Vader's not going to be on this list either, because I just think that I wanted to go in this video and talk about some of those lesser kind of overlooked characters that are really, really strong still, but people maybe not have put much resource into them, or they kind of neglected them. So Vader and Luke are not going to be on this list, although they are pretty hot right now. It's just kind of hard for me to put them in this list, but we're going to stick with the other guys that I think are really, really good as well. And I have some reasoning behind Hermit Yoda. So Hermit Yoda, Luke counter is amazing. This guy with the Zeta on this, actually, rather, where is it? It's on his In Exile, right? No. Do or do not. This Zeta, actually, I got a funny story here. This Zeta I got in encountering a Grievous early on with my Jedi, with JKR, and I used that, and I didn't get much use out of it at the time. I didn't really feel like it was doing me that much good, but now that we have a lot more Jedi now, especially with Luke added to the game, this Zeta is so damn good. It really is strong. Picture, I guess we'll go and talk about Jolee in a little bit, but just picture, you're using the JKR counter with Luke, like what I like to use. You maybe lose Revan, maybe you lose Bastila, maybe even lose Old Ben, the one I did a video on recently. And if somebody dies with Master's Training, you get 100% turn meter, and it resets all of your cooldowns, so you can instantly use another ability. And just the fact of that alone, to be able to use either another Master's Training for their call to assist, like on a Luke or somebody else, or have Foresight up on your other special, that is so strong in my opinion. And it really, really makes it easier to kill Kylos with the Zeta if you're using the Luke counter. Other than Luke counters, this guy is great under JKR, encountering Grievouses, encountering, I guess, Padmes even. You don't need that Zeta. I'm not talking about the Zeta anymore for that use in particular, but for like more the Luke uses. But just him as a whole, as a character himself, so much versatility, so much utility here. Basic gives out TM, health and protection, crazy good. And the call to assist, being able to not get hit while in stealth. And the huge foresight and the heal. This guy is top tier in my opinion at the moment, and I think he'll get even higher as we get potentially more Jedi down the line. We'll have to cross our fingers for those guys, but I think Hermit Yoda is definitely on that list. So the next one on this list will be the fourth one I want to go after here. Is the last character I want to go after, actually, but this is going to be Holda. I think Holda might be very hot coming here soon. The reason being is because of her Zeta. And I'm going to probably add this onto my Zeta list I want to do for like the hot Zetas, but this one is really tied in and integrated with her Zeta itself. Without the Zeta, I don't think it's going to be that useful. I know you can probably get some uses out of it outside of just with the Zeta, but I think the Zeta here is what I'm going to try to shoot for, is something that I really think is going to be hot down the line. So, as you all know, Vader is in the game. He counters Reyes, and he can counter Kylos, right? He can counter both teams. But when I want to think of it defensively, this is a very defensive-oriented, hot character, I would say, right now. Holda can give on her Zeta, you can see here, 20% critical avoidance to all resistance allies, and she also gives out some more health whenever somebody loses Foresight. But the big thing there is that critical avoidance, and I think critical avoidance is one of the biggest things in this game, and it really always has been. I know you have advantage that just kind of crits no matter what, unless there's like critical hit immunity, but the critical avoidance here, I think, is very underrated on this Zeta. So you get that 20%, right? And thinking about under a Rey team, a Galactic Legend Rey team, let's say you want to stop a Vader. Well, there's a couple ways you can. You can really just remod her completely like full tenacity, and that could probably get the job done. But like what I want to think of, it's like a really easy way to do it. You might need to toss on that Zeta for the 20% critical avoidance, but think of it this way. If you have that Zeta and you have a critical avoidance arrow as well, that is 35 plus a 20. That's 55% critical avoidance. Good luck trying to land crits on that Rey with your Vader. You will have some major RNG fests, and if you mod him for some tenacity as well, like let's say you want to toss on a full HP set, like all three sets being HP, and then like the tenacity being a cross, or the cross being tenacity, that's going to be so hard to land debuffs for 1, so hard to crit her for 2, and she's going to have high HP for 3. With Holda there, I think that's going to be a great Zeta. And I think that's going to be one that are going to be probably heavily invested into if they want to leave Vader as is. Or I guess you can just go and remod your Rey to just be really high tenacity. You don't get as much debuffs. But I think that even if you wanted to, stop all counters for Vader, or a good chunk of them, I think you want to add that Holda in there with her Zeta. I think that's very, very strong. So that's the last fourth for the character. Now we're going to talk about one ship to end up the video, and this is the Ywing for the BTL. And I'm going to go after, in this last part, just something pretty easy and quick and straightforward to the point. And I'm going to go over and show you guys this video. I pulled it from somebody. Shout out to Lord Cedric. This team here is a defensive team. And this is probably, in my opinion, the strongest defensive team in the game when it comes to ships. I hate fighting this team so much. I have lost GACs. I've lost to TW battles to this ship. Ywing is a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. I don't like saying that word, but it really is. I mean, the amount of times I've just kind of rage quit over this ship in my GACs, or I guess in arenas even. I fight in arenas as well. So annoying. You can beat it, but if you don't get things to line up perfectly or sum up pretty good and decently for yourself, you're not looking pretty at all. The reason why this lineup is so good in particular is with Rex and Ywing here. Anakin's going to be Anakin. He's going to be really annoying and up in your face about things. But Ywing can taunt whenever somebody loses unending loyalty. And that's like such a very strong taunt, I feel like, because you want to kill Anakin, right? But if you kill and you get rid of his unending loyalty, well, guess what? You got taunt now. And if they bring in Clone Sergeant like we just have right here, that's another taunt you have to deal with. Another taunter is so annoying. And with Rex being here to top it all off, whenever you resist a debuff, I'm pretty sure you get more protection. And he has a special that gives out more protection and also turn meter to somebody, and that's crazy good. The ones you can see here in this video, the guy's using his own Y-Wing, Houndstooth, and Anakin as starting for the first three, and then he brings in Plo Koon as a starter, or as a reinforcement. What I use personally, what I found the best success versus this team is a Anakin with a Ahsoka and a Fives. Full offensive team there. You want to kind of go down on Anakin and then get some target lock, so while he gets up from loyalty, or when I guess rather he comes out of it, you can just kind of AoE him and he's gone, and then bring in like a tank to clean up and kind of protect your other attackers. But this team, you can already see here, you're not going to get full banners in a GAC format. You're already losing some people, or you're not going to get as many banners for the protection and stuff like that. And just I just think that this is one of the strongest teams in the game. I don't think there is another team that is as scary, in my opinion, or as good. Y-Wing is a scary, strong ship. I'm not too sure if people really understand how strong of a character, how strong of a ship that this guy is. So strong. It really is. And I think that many people are just overlooking him, and I think that they shouldn't. I'm one who has in the past, but now I've kind of seen it in my own eyes and seen it for myself and what it can do and accomplish. That's a very scary ship. So I'm going to work on that myself, farming that after I get my Hyena up and running, and after that I think I'll be good for now for my mirror matches, or I guess whatever, maybe defensive, we'll have to see. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. All my thoughts and my thinking here, I guess I'll put together in one video for some of my favorite characters and a ship, all 5 of them. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did I miss any? Did you guys think I should have gone after some more? I think these are really good ones right now, as we're thinking about, you know, Vader's, Luke's counters that are, you know, that are still pretty good and relevant at the moment, and some more defensive oriented teams as well, like the Rays and like this new ship, or not new ship, but this new Y-Wing that with a new counter, or the new defense, I guess, what we just saw in the video. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video today, give it a like, share it around, and if you guys are new here to the channel, feel free to give that sub. If you guys are subs, feel free to hit that notification bell. So I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.